What's up, everyone? Welcome back to SPPTV. Today we're going to do some more work on the truck, some tuning stuff. I'm also going to put my drive shaft in my car. Came today. It's right there. Came from a company called Bears in Canada. It's actually like strange stuff, but the company's called Bears, based out of Ontario. So I got it today. Came in, looks really good. I got a new yoke, 1350 yoke, aftermarket one. Also ordered this U-bend to make a drive shaft loop for the S10. I figured instead of ordering for 70 bucks one of those universal bolt together ones, that was only like $19, and then I'll make a cross member that bolts in so that I can remove it. So yeah, let's get to work. All right, so there you go. There's a new drive shaft installed. You can see the center section and all that stuff. Caltrack bars and the power glide. Yeah, so that's back in there, and all I have to do now is put the exhaust back on, and then the car will be ready to put on the ground and put oil in. Alright, so these are the exhaust pipes that go from the down pipes to the exhaust. I'm just going to clean up all this silicone off of them. I'll probably put some more on there, but I'll just clean this up a little bit with some sandpaper or whatever, and then put them back on. Alright, so I got the pipes cleaned up pretty good, and then I'm just going to put a thin coat of this silicone. So this is like ultra copper maximum temp silicone. So I'm just going to put a thin coat kind of all the way around the joint, just to make sure it seals up. So I'll do the two top joints first. I'll put the pipes on, and then when I'm going to put the back half of the exhaust, I'll put some more around these areas too, just to help not have any exhaust leaks. Alright, so I got the exhaust back on. I'll take you under there and I will show you what the exhaust looks like and how it's attached. I have it held on with these kind of clamps, so it's this pipe slips into this pipe, and then these clamps hold it on. There's one there and there. Same at the back at the tailpipes, and then same right here. And actually, while we're under here, you can see where I mounted my coils, how they're mounted underneath, so they're out of the way, not on the valve cover, and they're in a nice area where there's nothing in the way of them, and they're nice. They stay cool down there and look pretty good. Before I put it on the ground, I am going to change the oil. I'll just drain the oil, put a new filter on, and then put it on the ground, and then I can fill it up with transmission fluid, and then it's done. I don't know if I have enough transmission fluid to put in it today, but at least maybe I'll get it on the ground. And then after that, got to do a couple tuning things on the truck, and that'll probably be it for tonight because I got to get up early tomorrow. But then we will continue it tomorrow. But let's get this oil drained. So I got the car on the ground now. I filled it up with oil, 6 liters of Castrol 2050. I had 1540 in there before, so this time I got 2050. Everyone says to run thicker oil with the turbos and all that, so I figured I'd try the 2050, see how it works. I get some lifter noise. I'm hoping maybe the little bit thicker oil will make that go away. I'm not 100% sure, but so yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. Just have to put transmission fluid in, which, like I said, I don't think I have enough, so I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow. So right now I'm kind of working on the truck, and I'll show you what I just did. I was reading in the Sloppy Mechanics wiki. What he says you have to do is you have to go to system. He says you have the PO1 computer, which is what I have. You have to go to the system. Take note of what platform type it is. So this one's GMT 800. Then you go to system options. And then in system options, you will see where it says brake torque management. See how it has a 1 there? So that means it's turned on. So what you want to do with it is you just want to go to it, click on it, and then you want to change it to 0, like that. And then you'll see it's pink there in system options. And then you're going to want to go to file, file, and then save your file. So save it as something else, which I'm not going to do. Go to flash, go to write vehicle, and then you want to write complete or write entire, this one. And be careful because it says brickable, so it could brick the computer to like ruin it. Close it. So I already did it on mine. So what that's supposed to do is apparently there is a brake management, torque management or brake management, and what it does is when you press on the brake, I guess the TCC wire, or I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure, it will pull timing, and if you have a cammed engine like this one, it'll actually not run right. It'll make it stall because it'll pull too much timing. That's what Matt says anyways. So I just did that to mine. It seems to be running half decent, except that was one thing. Put it in gear and I want it to stall right away. So that's definitely no good. And so I'm going to try that. But I mean, that's kind of the thing too. Like, obviously I'm finding things about programming and stuff and learning things as I go, which I'm going to share with you guys. But at the same time, it's also something you can look on Google and the Tune Cabinet and HB Tuners forums for information on how to tune and set up your own vehicle. So, because they're all kind of different, right? Right now mine's pretty good, like it idles pretty good. It idles a little high, and I have to get the idle step counts of the idle air control valve down. So I'm just trying to figure that out right now. So yeah, it's a process. At this point, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to take the truck to Power Cruise, you know, because it's taking a while for the tuning and all that stuff, and I kind of worried that my transmission, there's something wrong with it, because when you put it in gear, it doesn't seem to go into gear right away. So I am going to jack it up probably tomorrow, check like the shift linkage to make sure it's in the right position. I might have to pull the pan and take a look, or I might have to pull the transmission out and take it apart. Like I said before in the previous videos, I never rebuilt one of these before. I think I did everything right, but there's a good possibility maybe I didn't. I don't know. So as you guys can see, it's actually running pretty good right now. And after doing that thing, it does stay running in gear. Yeah, so I think I'm getting there. I'm getting somewhere. It's actually running pretty good. It's kind of hard to start, so it probably needs, you know, like if I just reach in and turn the key, it doesn't seem to want to just fire right up. So there's still some adjustments there in the starting. I mean, there's still lots of adjustments that need to be done on it, but that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that, and I tried putting it into gear, and it didn't stall. So doing that that computer thing obviously helped. But yeah, we're gonna leave it for tonight and come back tomorrow and get more stuff done. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, what's up? So it's the next day. Working out here on the truck again. I have it up on jack stands. I just actually jacked the front up because I'm gonna pull this front wheel off. Try to figure out where the air is leaking from. Get that fixed up because I can't really take it for a test drive or anything without that. I did a couple things in the computer. I did some reading where a guy was saying for bigger cams and stuff to pull fuel from the idle to make it idle better and start better. The cranking VE table, they call it, and then the main VE table. I can show you guys after how I did that or what exactly I did. I think it made a difference. The truck's actually idling really good. Like it idles at like 950 to 1,000 in park, and then in gear it goes down to like I think 750 or 800, so it's actually idling pretty good. And actually once I throw it into gear, the IAC steps go up to like 40, and in park they're like 0, which I'm not sure. Like I did some reading where people say to have it at like 40 50, 30 40 50, somewhere in there. In park I get like 0. I don't know if it's just because it's idling faster or if that's the way it should be in park, but yeah, so we're gonna pull this wheel off. But first things first, I'm just changing the ignition switch because for some reason the ignition switch stopped working. It'll start as long as you hold the key. So then I plugged the ignition switch from the Nova in there, the one that I had taken out when I put the new one in, and it works. So I'm just switching that up. No point in showing you that stuff because you already saw it on the Nova, and I'm kind of doing it under the dash where it's kind of a pain. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll pull this wheel off. All right, so I got that ignition switch in. That was no big deal. So this is the side of the front end. This is the airbag, obviously. And I filled it with air and it's leaking from up top. So up top is where the line is. So now I have to take all this apart. So I'll have to take off this, and the ball joint I'll have to break loose and get the bag out. and then figure out where the leak is and fix it. I'm recording, but it doesn't matter. Mike can use this as a
bear in a cave,
speedy uppy thing.
I think I should just like do the same thing we did with my converter bolts again.
Oh yeah.
Except this time add Loctite
Right.
and welder.
You could do
welder.
Yeah, fuck it. May as well.
Tack the nuts on or whatever.
The
that.
bolts,
Could, I guess.
Not even tack, not a beater
but
on the
why are
fucking
they-
thing. Because
Why are they loosening off in the first place?
All right, guys. So there it is. Now I gotta pull this out, and I gotta unhook the line from the other side. Figured it out. It was just leaking at the fitting here, so I just took it off and recut the line. I have this special tool from Airlift Company here that cuts the lines, and then I just opened up this hole a little bit with the die grinders so that there wasn't pressure being put on it, and it looks all good. We'll put it back in. We got her in there. It's full of air and no more leak. So now I'll just put this back together. What's up, guys? So the last part you just saw where I was fixing the air ride, that was like 3 or 4 days ago. I haven't really been filming anything. I'm having some issues, real issues over here. It's kind of like ruining the fun for me, so I haven't really been filming. After I fixed the air ride, I screwed around with the truck a little bit, tuning wise. My transmission's not working right, the 4L80. When I put it into gear, it takes like 20 seconds before it kicks in, and then even when you try to drive forward, it's slipping. So I ended up pulling out the transmission. There it is. I tore it all apart. I checked everything. I air tested the drums and went through everything. The only thing I ended up really changing was I hadn't replaced some of the sealing rings on the tranny, so I ended up changing those out. I don't think that's really going to do anything. I don't know if it's an electronic problem maybe with the pressure solenoid, or I don't really know. So basically I took it apart twice because I found some other stuff I thought it might be that might be wrong. I haven't been able to find anything. I had it apart today, screwing around with it. I ended up taking all of this apart. This is the pump and this front gear set, whatever you want to call it, that holds the input shaft. I decided to change these sealing rings that go, well, they're kind of like, these ones go here, and then there's bigger ones that go here. Obviously I didn't really know what I was doing. I guess I should have read up on it a bit first. I ended up screwing them up. And of course I don't have any other ones, so I have to go tomorrow to a transmission shop, try, and I have a buddy who works at one, so I'm going to try to find some sealing rings, and hopefully he can help me put them on, or at least give me some so I can put them on. I'm going to throw the transmission back in after that. I'm not really having too much faith that it's going to work. Like I said, I don't know. Like, I don't know if the pump's bad, or how I should test it. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow, see what maybe he thinks. But at the moment, it looks like the truck's not going to be making it to Power Cruise, and definitely not making it on the street to do any burnouts for you guys as much as I would like to. I'm planning on taking the Nova to Power Cruise instead, which is, no like loss. I love my car. I love taking it to Power Cruise, but I was really looking forward to taking the truck and having it out there and burning tires and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, basically it's just been a really crappy last couple days. Sorry I didn't film any of it, but pretty much my hands were covered in transmission fluid the whole time, and I was not happy. So probably wouldn't have made for a very good video, or maybe it would have, but needless to say, I did not videotape any of it. So that's going to be it for this video anyways, and like always, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Make sure you click that notification bell, because YouTube likes you to do that, and so do we. So you'll be kept up to date with the live streams and all the other stuff, and we'll check you later.